Hi, this video is about using pictures in health information. And we use pictures in health information for a few reasons. Pictures can help explain the meaning of text. For example, if a symptom of an illness is a rash, what does that rash look like? They can also help people understand what will happen or what they need to do. If someone needs to do an exercise, a picture may help them understand exactly how to do it. And people take in information in different ways. Some people might be fine with just written instructions or information, but some people do find that pictures help them to understand and remember. And research tells us that people like pictures in health information. They can make information more attractive, and so people might find it easier to engage with. So where can you get pictures from? Before we answer that, we need to talk about copyright. It is really important to understand copyright if you want to use pictures in your information. Many people think that if an image is available on the internet, it's freely available and therefore you can use it. But that's not really true. Just because you can easily copy and paste or download a picture, that doesn't mean you can legally use it. So copyright means that the person who owns the image has the right to say who can use it and what for. The owner of the image is usually the person who created it, but not always. For example, the copyright may belong to an organisation that person works for, or the creator may have given up or sold the rights to the image to someone else. If you want to use a picture, you must have the copyright holder's permission. If you use someone else's picture without permission, they may be able to take legal action against you. So, can you use images that you find online? And the answer is maybe. If you find an image on a website that you would like to use, you will need to ask for permission from the copyright holder. And this may be the person or the organisation who runs the website you found it on, but it may not be. They may have got it from somewhere else. So double check that they have the right to give you permission. Occasionally, a website will say whether any part of it, which includes the images, can be used by anyone else, so look out for that too. A more reliable way of finding pictures online is by using a stock image site. And these are sites that have lots of images that the creators have made available for others to use. And you can find all different kinds of pictures, so photos, illustrations, or things like icons, which are the graphics like the ones I've used on these pages. Some sites and images have fees, so you have to pay to download the pictures. Some are free to use, but they may have conditions. For example, you may need to credit the site, the creator, or both. If you get an image from a stock site, check the conditions of the license carefully, and only use that picture in the way that it says that you can. Here are some stock image sites that have lots of free images. So there is Pixabay, Pexels, Unsplash, Wikicommons, and the Reframe Image Library, which is a bank of healthcare-related images featuring lots of different types of people. Another source of pictures may be your own organisation. Organisations have often built up collections of pictures that they've taken over the years. This can be useful as they will be relevant to the work that you do. Ask your comms team, if you have one, if they have images you can use. And they may also know of other sources of pictures. And remember, copyright still applies even if you find an image in your organisation's files. Check that you can use it first. Sometimes it can be really hard to find the exact picture that you need. But most of us have excellent cameras in our pockets on our phones. If you take your own pictures, you can make sure you're getting exactly what you need. There will also be no copyright concerns. For example, I took this picture, so I'm free to put it in this presentation or any other one or anything I want. If you're taking pictures of other people, make sure you have your consent to take and share those pictures. If you have a comms team, ask them if they have consent forms that they like people to sign. And of course, AI can create pictures now. You can get images quickly, for free, and they can be of anything that you want. But as with all AI-generated content, you need to use it responsibly and carefully. AI pictures can have a bit of an inauthentic look to them, which can be off-putting. Some people don't really like AI or AI-generated pictures, and so those people may not engage with your information because of that. AI also sometimes adds unnecessary detail or details that don't quite make sense, and this can be distracting. So if you want to use AI to create pictures, be specific and clear with your prompts and check all the details for anything that doesn't look right. Copyright of AI images is a very grey area, so you should also check the terms and conditions of the tool that you're using to see who will own the copyright. So that's where you can get pictures from. But what kind of pictures should you use? And quality and accessibility are really important here. When you're choosing pictures to include in your information, they need to be relevant. Make sure that the pictures you use relate to the information that you're giving. Ideally, pictures should add or reinforce information rather than just looking nice. If your pictures don't relate to the text that they're next to, people may get confused. Pictures should be clear and not blurry, and people won't be able to understand blurry pictures or read unclear writing. The quality of a picture can change when it's copied from one format to another, or resized or printed, so check your final format to make sure the picture is still clear and easy to see. Try to make sure that pictures aren't too dark, because dark pictures won't show up well if you have to print them out in black and white. And make sure that they're not too small, particularly if they've got labels or text on them. The writing on this first image is really tiny, and I think people would struggle to see that. If you're using pictures of people, try to show a diverse range of people. Remember that your intended audience probably consists of people from different backgrounds, so try to reflect that in the pictures that you choose. And make sure your pictures look professional. Some illustrations can look dated and low quality, especially if they don't match the style of other pictures in your document. This can make your information look less professional and potentially less trustworthy. Icons can be a good way of avoiding this, like the picture that I've used here, as they can help create a clean, tidy and uniform look. Make sure that your pictures are next to the text that they relate to. So here, the picture about antiseptic solutions has ended up next to the instruction about hand wipes, which could be confusing. But in this example, each image is kept next to the correct instruction. Labels or captions help explain what the image is and why it is there. Pictures that are decorative or right next to a bit of text that gives something like an instruction probably don't need a label. But for pictures that are themselves giving information, like a diagram of a body part or something showing a symptom like this one, labels are important and really helpful. And if you're putting your information online, make sure that your pictures have alt text. This is the text that will describe the picture for anyone using a screen reader to access your information. We have another video about alt text that gives you more information about that. So that's pictures. This video is part of a series to give you hints, tips and techniques for making your information easier for everyone to understand. To find out more about health literacy in the North East and North Cumbria, visit the Boost website and search for health literacy. Thank you for watching.